You're listening to the Decentralized Talk Podcast, your crypto connection.
Decentralized Talk. Decentralized Talk.
All right, guys. Welcome to another outstanding and fantastic, exciting episode of the Decentralized Talk Podcast. This is our 22nd weekly show now in production. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They have let us do this 22 times, not including some of our special episodes. So it's actually more than that. We got notable picks this week on our 3 and 3 fast break, and we deep dive and do a coin review into Stellar on our coin focus. Guys, we're growing leaps and bounds. We're on every single continent now, except for the fake global government conspiracy continent of, quote, Antarctica, end quote. It's more than 21 countries, thousands of listeners worldwide. Decent. This is not investing advice. This is just our opinions. Please do your own research when investing into cryptocurrencies. We're going to start off right now with our main subject, and that's going to be HODL or stay or waddle away. Break yourself.
We're gonna have
guys.
We're gonna have one listener in Antarctica, and they're gonna be listening to this episode, and then halfway through they'll be like, "What the hell? Why are they hating so much on Antarctica? We didn't do nothing to them."
I'm just sitting out here trying to research polar bears, polar bear milk. A lot of people don't know polar bear milk. It's very nutritious, extremely nutritious.
I've heard
for polar bears.
It's also poisonous, right? I think it's poisonous as well.
Poisonous?
It's poisonous for yes, every other animal. It's It's like a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, little known fact. Yeah,
we get into a lot of stuff here on the Decentralized Talk Podcast.
You learn something every day.
One of the craziest things I've learned in the last couple of weeks is how to keep myself from throwing up all over the place.
Polar bear milk?
You throw it up polar bear milk? Right, because this market is crashing, and it's getting pretty nasty out there. I think for a lot of people, this is about kind of equal to maybe November timeframe stuff.
Oh yeah, no, this is the lowest we've seen it since the run up in November, December. Yeah, so these are the lowest of the year, and the lowest since we've seen it before the big run up at the end of the last year. So yeah, it's rough times out there right now.
Why do y'all think it's so low right now?
It's a combination, just like it always is. Combination things. One,
Trump.
Yeah, it's all Trump. Thanks, Obama.
Well, I mean,
but no, I think
you joke, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, the regulation is a big part of it. There's
not only regulation, but I meant to actually do research into this, and I forgot about it. But I wanted to see. I know I don't only invest in cryptocurrency. I invest in stocks too. But all the trade stuff that's going on right now with the U.S. is kind of throwing my stocks into a downward spiral as well. So, I mean, just investing in general could be on a little bit of a downturn just because of uncertainty with investors.
Well, let me just take that a step forward and give you guys some. This is
knowledge. Let me drop some knowledge on you.
Let me hit you guys with some. I'm not going to call it knowledge because that would imply that I knew it or that I have done any kind of research or have any facts to base this on.
Let me drop some opinion on you.
Let me drop some wild speculation on you.
There you go.
So we're doing some hot shit right now with North Korea. North Korea is extremely heavy, and South Korea, right? But North Korea as well as South Korea is extremely heavy in the crypto space. Nobody knows how much cryptocurrency North Korea has, but it's speculated that they have quite a bit, and that's how they've been kind of circumventing some of these sanctions that have been put on them recently. So as the relationship with North Korea begins to thaw, right? Is it is it speculation in the market that's saying, particularly these Korean investors that are seeing this happen, are they thinking that North Korea will get away, will try to enter the global market, will try to be bigger players in the mainstream market and not need so much cryptocurrency, and then be in a spot where it really drops the demand in the market? Thoughts?
It's possible. I don't think it has much to do with North Korea, honestly.
It's more South Korea.
I don't think it's.
Well, we know it's
Korea.
huge in South Korea. We know it's huge in South Korea, right?
Well, yeah, and I mean, even there's news coming out of South Korea right now at BitHub or BitThumb or whatever that, didn't it get hacked or
really
regulated?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Wow, you're really up on the times. Yeah, BitThumb did get hacked for $30 million. Yes, that did happen.
Yes. Well, there you go. That's South Korea right there for you.
Dropping some knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think it's a combination of like all the different countries are in talks of regulation. The U.S. is in talks of regulation. There's a lot of exchanges getting hacked lately. For me, I think that's just another reason to not keep your coins on an exchange and keep them in a wallet. If you do that, then who cares who gets hacked? It's not going to be you.
That's a very good point. If you keep your own coins,
you're responsible for your coins.
You're
I say
responsible
that,
for your coins.
and all like 99% of my coins are on exchange.
Yeah.
Not me. All my coins are in a wallet. And I certainly, if I was going to put this onto every continent except for Antarctica, I would make sure people know that none of my coins are on exchanges.
Yeah. No, mine are actually. I definitely store mine in wallets. I don't store any on exchanges unless they're like I just got them and I haven't transferred them yet. Too many places getting hacked nowadays.
It's true. It's a dangerous world.
Well, the big question is this the end? Is the end nigh?
Yes.
No.
This is our last show. This is our last show. The end is nigh.
The end is nigh.
This is
are you guys
definitely
selling?
not
Are you guys
the
selling anything right now?
Hell no. You don't sell in a
know-
bear market. It's just you're just
Bingo.
losing your money there.
We all talk about hodling and everything. It's times like these that it makes me wish that I traded more.
Yeah. Or just had a better exit strategy for a lot. I think, you learn things through investing and trading. And one thing that I've learned is it's not just about hodling all the time. Is you need to have a good exit strategy. Like when you buy Neo at $27 and it goes all the way to $180, you should probably have an exit strategy to let go of a certain percentage of that Neo instead of waiting until it's $27 again.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is once it gets up to $180, all you can say in your head is like, "I'm gonna be a millionaire."
Yeah, I know, but that's why you have to. You're probably not gonna be. So that's why you need to have a strategy going in of like, okay, I'm buying this coin right now. If it ever reaches 200% of what I invested, then I'm gonna sell. Or you say I'm not gonna ever sell until I'm a millionaire. Then that's at least you have an exit strategy. But if you just buy it and you're like,
back down to $20.
Yeah, if you just buy it and you're like, I'm gonna fucking sell when it moons, well, who knows when that is for you,
Well, to me, the crazy thing is like, so you buy it at $20, then it goes to $40, and you think, frick, man, I should have freaking bought more of that, man. I'm such an idiot.
Always.
Why didn't I buy more of this? I love this damn thing. It just doubled. Oh, this is my favorite one. I love it. And then it goes up to 100, and you're like, oh my God, it's gone up to 100. It's amazing. And then it crashes back down to, let's say it crashes to 22. Now, again, you bought it originally at 20. It's down to 22, and you're thinking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But when it was at 20 before, obviously you thought it was a good buy, so you bought it then. So it's right around that same. So really what you should be thinking, again, this is not investing advice, it's just my personal opinion, but what you should be thinking is, hell yeah, this is an opportunity to buy more, which I wanted to do, right? Earlier I wanted to do that, right? It went up to 40 and then I was like, damn, I wish I could have bought more around 20. And now it's back around 20. And all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, man. Why I hated it. So I'm so bummed out it's around 20. Well, don't be bummed out. Be excited because that's what you wanted all along. You wanted to buy more at that.
Yeah, but then if you would have sold some at the top,
but that's the
more.
That's the
everybody says, long-term investing is the best way to make money. That's got to be because you can't always predict the waves, like, because if somebody could predict every, peak and valley, then that would be the best way to invest 100%. There's no way you would make more money any other way than buying low and selling high and and redoing that. I mean, if you, I don't know. That's just
the problem is you just can't predict the future. No matter how many trends you know and how much technical analysis practice you do, you just can't predict the future. So it's not that you can't. Yeah, it's definitely riskier, and it's not that you can't make a hell of a lot of money doing it. It's just, I think, average wise, it's more profitable.
Averages.
Yeah, it's more profitable for long-term investings because over the long term, it will the majority of the time go up, as opposed to you really don't know in the short term what it's going to do.
Yeah, well, how many times have you thought to yourself, like, damn, if I only would, like when I first heard about Bitcoin, like the first time I heard about Bitcoin back in like 2000, I don't know, 11, 12, something like that. Like, man, if I would have just literally just from my home computer, just would have turned it on and tried it for one day.
Hell, I thought that about a year ago from where we're at now, like last July. I remember Ripple. If I would have just really thrown all in to Ripple, then when it hit $3, I probably wouldn't be doing this podcast. I would be sitting on my yacht somewhere named Ripple.
But I remember specifically Ripple at $3. There was, I don't remember one single person that was predicting Ripple to go do anything under like $10. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of this rocket ship." Ripple hadn't even started.
True, but you could still sell like 50% and be all right. If you.
I think that's the way you got to do it. You got to get up there and you need to sell whatever your initial fiat investment was. Cop that back. You know what I mean? Get that
way, no
back.
matter what, you can't lose. At least you
then you broke even. Right. So once you hit that break even point, and then just leave the rest of those coins in there, it'll go back down. It's crypto. It'll go down and you can buy it again. It will.
What do y'all think about the part of the reason the market's in decline is the news that of the price manipulation?
Oh, the whales.
Have y'all read anything about that?
Yeah, how they said
half the 2017 rise in Bitcoin price was due to coordinated price manipulation.
It's possible.
Yeah, but I would speculate as to the validity of that article too.
100%.
How do they know? Speculation rejected.
Speculation rejected.
I mean, there's manipulation in every market, so why would it be any different in cryptocurrency?
Yeah. I agree. I was just curious.
So no, I do think that contributes to the drop. It's a combination of all this stuff, and it seems like this happens a lot in crypto too. It's like one bad story comes out, and that's because crypto is so speculative in nature that a bad news story will come out and there'll be a sell-off, and then another bad news story in the same day, and then there's like. Just go drops even more, and then you pile on more bad news, and then it just seems like every news story that comes out about crypto is bad news, and then it's a free fall.
So I want to know who these sellers are. Though I don't know anybody who's a seller. Or maybe that's the risk of having a cryptocurrency podcast. You probably don't associate a lot with people who are sellers,
or maybe that's that price manipulation.
Well, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why it leads me to believe it's more of. Because you have all these people with tens of thousands of Bitcoin that they got for essentially doing nothing. If you were in that spot, you would probably manipulate the market right now too. you try to maximize the every single Bitcoin that you had, especially if you thought like, I'm not working again. I'm not going back to work. It's not happening. I'm 24 years old. I got $13 million in Bitcoin that I basically just nerded out on 5 years ago. And
I like to think of myself as more morally sound than that.
oh, I wish I would be, but I just, I mean,
it depends on how much
you got to make that yacht payment, player.
Yeah.
Those suckers, they take, the gas bill alone on that son of a bitch is probably pretty high.
On my G5.
G5. Yeah, jet fuel. That's high these days, I heard. I don't know.
I know when I'm flying around in my jet, it gets expensive. I mean,
Gets expensive.
Look to the gas pump and, you're looking at a $2,000 jet fuel bill.
I fuel my jets with gas. As in Neo gas.
I like that crypto relative.
Yeah. You into crypto humor?
No.
I guess not.
That one fell flat.
I was trying to find some kind of a crypto answer to that. All I could think of is right now is all my coins look like shit. That's all I can think of right now.
But,
so that leads us to our next point. Where's the optimism?
Think about this. Okay, where's the optimism? Right, what's Bitcoin at right now as we're currently looking?
6,300.
All right,
It's
and
not that bad.
crypto or Bitcoin last year at this time was at 2,400.
61.54.
No, it wasn't. It was
61.54.
24.
No, I'm saying right now it is 61.
Yeah, it was at 2,400
Yes,
last 2,400 last year this time. So that seems pretty positive to me. So yeah, if you look at it last month, it seems like we're still always comparing it to what happened in December. But December was an insane run up that wasn't justified for market value. So you can't really compare it to that. But if you compare it to year over year, which is what most businesses and stocks do, then yeah, there's a lot of optimism because it has gone up. What is that? 3 times? Yeah, 3x.
Yeah.
Say that's a good investment right there.
So another optimistic thing, we're looking at the glass half full side, is that if you pull up CoinMarketCap right now, and you look, so one of the cool things about CoinMarketCap.com is that they have all of the different coins in a row. You can scroll 100 at a time, and they have like a little mini version of their chart. If you look at these charts, I mean, like literally the first 100 coins
Looks
are
like
almost universal. Yeah, they do. But they look like a dick, and so does Bitcoin. They look like the exact same downward curving Bitcoin dick is what they look like. And they're identical. They follow Bitcoin almost like line for line. And so what's really neat is while you're surfing through coins in CoinMarketCap, look for the coins whose it's really quick. It's like a really easy way to do it. Just look for the coins whose charts don't match Bitcoin, and then you can find your Bitcoin proof coins, and then you can play around with those a little bit more like a traditional market. I think they have less fluctuation, and they're less dependent on some goofy news about Bitcoin. You know, it's nothing more frustrating than your favorite alt that you're really into, and you're trying to pump on your podcast weekly, and and it goes up, and it's doing all kind of really great things, and then some shitty thing happens to Bitcoin, and then it drops. And you're thinking, no, man, this sucks. Like, my coin is doing really good things, and it's making big moves. I want people to enjoy it and be, and get the kind of get the pump out about it. And what ends up happening is Bitcoin smashes it to the ground, and then you only have a short period of time for that to be relevant. They do a couple things. They open up a wallet, or they add some people, or they get connected with Roger Ver or whatever, like Zenfin. And and then Bitcoin flops, and then there you are left holding the big crooked downward dick Bitcoin.
Are you off your soapbox yet?
I guess.
This message brought to you by Zenfin.
How is Zenfin doing these days?
It's not good. It's not doing good. Not doing good. I pretty much lost like 50% right now on Zenfin, which is sucky because I bought it because it was down like 46%. And I was like, oh, surely this doesn't have much farther to fall. I was wrong.
I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Can't be right about everything.
Can't be right about everything. What coins are you guys buying right now? So market's down. We talked about it. Nobody's afraid of it. What are you guys?
Yeah.
Are you guys confident enough that you guys are pulling the trigger, buying more coins right now? You're trying to gobble them up high?
I did some shopping today, actually.
On the clearance track.
I'm all into transparency. So I got Neo back in hell. I don't know. I just remember it was at the safe price I got it at today. Like last, it was last.
Well, there you go. That's what I was talking about earlier.
It was last year, around this time, around August, I think. Last year, I got it at like, it was high 20s at the end of, or in August last year when I got it, and then I just bought some more today, and it was like low 30s, about the same price. Yeah, I never thought it'd reach that much, and I could be kicking myself in a month if it drops down to 10. But I think we should bottom out soon, but we'll see. I'm not an expert.
I haven't actually bought anything yet, but not to say that I won't here. There's definitely I feel like this is a good time to buy, and I'll probably just re-up on a lot of my positions,
Yeah. That's basically what I do. But I still do my DCA every week and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what I've been doing is just kind of adding to my stacks. Not really.
I'll probably just grab 4 or 5 Bitcoins.
What are you guys finding that's in the green still? What coins are Bitcoin proof? What coins are still holding their green status?
Tether.
There's not very many of them.
No, there's not.
That joke was hilarious. Everyone's girlfriend who's listening to this podcast right now has no idea why that was funny.
I don't know why all these people's girlfriends are listening to this, but they should keep listening.
Because they're in the car. They're riding with their girlfriend. They're like, hey.
They're not listening to it.
They're riding in the car. They're saying, obviously, we're listening to the dopest podcast on cryptocurrency in the world, except for Antarctica.
It looks like OX Bitcoin is Bitcoin proof, but it's probably also a scam.
Monero's been holding strong against the down market.
Yeah, so I wonder, are people going, maybe that means people are trying to hide.
Trying to
hide that money.
Yeah, there's always people trying to hide that money.
All right, what about Masternode coins? So whether the market goes up or down, you got volume coming in, and if you got a Masternode or if you're staking, you're still making coins. How do you guys feel about picking up Masternode coins? Are you guys using that strategy?
Well, I don't know. I saw something, I guess, on Twitter the other day where, people were like, what are you buying? And there's a bunch of people that just said Masternode coins. And, they didn't really give an explanation, but in my opinion, why I would think that would be is 1, for the returns, 2, because Masternode coins transaction speeds are fast. I mean, that's a major factor in a lot of, transactions. If you, if you're going to be one of making a lot of transactions, you're going to want them to be fast. And that leads to one of the fastest transactions. I don't know. Yeah. They're kind of the hot new thing right now.
They are, and that's kind of why I don't like them that much. I definitely see the value in Masternode coins, but I mean, you kind of speak of returns like they're guaranteed, and they're really not. They're only guaranteed if the adoption stays the same or goes up. But if nobody is transacting on those master nodes and nobody buys or sells the coin or uses it at all, then those returns they could be zero.
Well,
I definitely see
investing in a coin. You're probably gonna assume that it's gonna be adopted. You're not gonna invest in something. So
true, but you're really relying on it with a masternode, because not only are you relying that that the price of the coin will go up, but you're also relying that transactions will happen on your node. So
you're doing that with any investment. I mean, if you invest in Cardano, you're assuming that that's going to get used. If it doesn't get used, then it's not going to make you any money.
Yeah, like just just hypothetically, you buy, I don't know, couple million Zenfin. You buy a couple million Zenfin, and then come home one night, bunch of naked people up in your house having a party. You're not invited.
It's the CEO of Zenfin. It's got weird real quick.
That was from old school. Yeah, I guess you don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
You come home, you take the red eye,
yeah,
bunch of naked people.
Having sex in your bedroom.
What this guy's trying to say is love is blind. But you know what's not blind? The light put out by a beautiful star, a star with the same name, a star by any other name, and that star would be our coin focus of the day, Stellar. So
we really got there in a roundabout way.
Yeah, nobody knew where I was going with that. Not even me. I think most of that I just didn't even know. So, Stellar à toi.
I like Stellar. I have for a while. I own a small stake in Stellar, and I've been buying them up for a little while now. I also like Ripple, and that's probably why I like Stellar.
How does Stellar and Ripple relate? How do they connect?
Stellar's a fork off of the Ripple network.
Really, and they're both in the top 10, top 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Stellar's basically Ripple plus is how I see it, because they're not only marketing, because Ripple mostly markets to banks. It's like
I see it as retail Ripple.
Retail Ripple plus. You got to put the plus in there.
Yeah.
But retail Ripple, but also they're also marketing to banks as well. They're not just marketing to retail alone.
Yeah, they are, but I think their heart's really in the retail sector. I think that's where they're gonna.
Is Stellar also a centralized coin?
No, not like Ripple is.
Not to the extent.
Not to the extent. It's not as decentralized.
I don't understand that.
As, say, Bitcoin.
There's levels of decentralization.
There is.
If you really want to get granular about it.
Oh, I'm trying to get granular.
The most decentralized you can have is a proof of work consensus coin, where computers are mining and doing the work of verifying the transactions. That's the most decentralized you can get. But in the case of Stellar, they're not proof of work or proof of stake. They're not even blockchain. They have their own consensus algorithm called Stellar Consensus Protocol that doesn't.
It's based on the Byzantine rule or whatever.
Yeah, the Federated Byzantine algorithm. I think. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. Protocol. But yeah, it's
consensus.
It gets hella confusing. It uses quorums and quorum slices to determine trust on the network.
Okay, so somebody explain a quorum there's people out there, I guarantee you, they just heard you say the word quorum. Well, you knew that was coming for sure. So what the fuck is a quorum? Because we're coin focusing into this thing. Surely, if we're going to say quorum.
Well, a quorum is a group of.
It's like a subsection. Yeah, the word quorum. Yeah, it's like a subsection. It's a group.
Well, like it's a subsection, but it's that agree. It's a subsection that agree on something, right? Quorum. If you have a quorum,
exactly.
then you have a group that agrees on something. That's all.
Quorums don't quarrel.
Yeah.
That's
So
how you remember
but there's a problem with these quorums. Okay, so they have a mechanism by which quorums are chosen by peer selection, depending on the trust that's already been like established on the network, and new arguments may be proposed such that the contention is low. So because the quorums are set up to trust these things and not these things, like double spending, they're not supposed to trust double spending, but they are supposed to trust valid transactions.
Okay, so break it down for me. Break it down for the low IQ guy on the show. Break this down for me, because there's people out there.
This is a really, really hard one to break down because it is like really complex.
It's very complicated.
It is. Yeah. It is really complicated.
If you don't want to, you can basically choose who you want to verify your transactions.
Yeah. And by who? What do you mean when you say who? Give me an example.
But it has to be verified multiple. So if you have, I mean, take it as an example.
At least and it can be hypothetical. That's fine. I mean, but just give me what do you, when you say who, what are you talking about?
Well, look at it, say technically as a masternode. So just to simplify this, if there's 6 masternodes out there, one's a bank, one's me, one's Heston, one's you, and somebody else sends a transaction. Well, you don't want the bank to verify your transaction, so you say no. I don't want them to verify it. Then you and Heston could verify it, or me and you could verify it if we wanted it to. You have the option of who you want to verify the transaction. I don't know how you go about choosing that, but you have that capability within the network. And I don't know that if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because if you could,
because if it really was just the 3 of us, like I could have you verify my transactions, and they could be for me and Ripple. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's got to be some sort of that. I would assume that those are verifying themselves against each other to verify the transactions. You know what I'm saying? But it's got to be.
It's also like this has something to do with the validators. They all have to agree.
Yeah.
On the ledger.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
So is a validator, is it a miner or a staker?
Neither.
It must be a staker because it's a node, right? It's like Lightning.
No, it's not. It's not a staker or a miner.
I just use that analogy to explain it. It's not. It's none of those.
Yeah, I think it's just people transacting on the.
I get worried about stuff like that.
That's super.
I get worried about stuff like that. Like if I can't explain it to myself, then that makes me nervous about, putting my money into it. But obviously it's one of the top 5 coins.
IBM wasn't nervous about putting their money into it. So.
Yeah, they did. They do have a huge partnership with IBM.
And boom goes the dynamite.
And they
let me drop some knowledge on you, Tater.
they partnered with them to help with border to border transactions too. But no, their network and their consensus is extremely complicated. I'll be the first to say I do not understand it fully. I think I've just broken the ice on it. I mean, it really is some confusing shit. But I think I understand the broad spectrum of
See, to me, that reminds me of, look at our current financial system where our money is printed at the Federal Reserve. It's not actually federal. It's a consensus of big banks. The big banks get together and they print these notes, and they change it based on inflation and deflation at their own will. And they make a pronouncements about what the inflation rate's going to be. They're going to drop it. They're going to do quantitative easing. That freaks me out. I mean, just because it's tied into Ripple, like that already gives me a super bad taste.
If it's not, I mean, it's not tied into Ripple. It's a fork off of Ripple. They basically just use Ripple's code
because they didn't.
It's cousins. Okay, so cousins with Ripple.
I mean, they're just using their code. They're
pretty much Alabama kissing cousins.
No, they saw something that Ripple was doing well. They took their original code, they took their original block and forked off of it to change certain things. But it doesn't really mean that it's in any way associated with Ripple. It's just they like their code for fast transactions. And then they decided to change it.
And cheap transactions. That's another good thing. I think it's like a penny to transact.
Well, I mean, okay,
that makes sense.
You take Bitcoin takes what is 10 minutes to do a block. Stellar is 35 seconds. 35 seconds. So it's super fast.
All I know is Visa and MasterCard is about, what is it, like 10 to 14 seconds?
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't trust those scumbags.
Me neither.
I'm just making the point that I don't know, man. Crypto is it's doing kind of what the internet's done. It's like it's getting so big and so diverse that the diversification ends up wrapping back around itself again. It's like with the internet, you got a lot of information. It's awesome, man. You can find out anything in the world. Now, within the last couple of years, there's so much fake shit out there, so much false information out there that nobody knows what the hell they're reading anymore. Yeah, and I feel like it's the same thing in crypto space. Like all these coins are like, oh, my coin, it's it'll polish your dog and all this kind of stuff, and you're thinking, well, yeah, man, I love a shiny dog, but I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I'm a huge fan of Stellar and Stellar Lumens, which, by the way, Stellar is protocol or the platform, and then Stellar Lumens is the cryptocurrency, kind of like XRP is to Ripple, or Ether is to Ethereum, so on and so forth. But they also do smart contracts too, and I think they have they already have an ICO that was built on their platform. And some other cool things about Stellar though is, but I like I said, I am a big fan, and just to go off of what you said, Brandon, I'll be the first to say it is really, really complex and confusing, this specific cryptocurrency, but I am a big fan of it. And but one thing I did want to add is they are doing some neat things. So there's already 2 unofficial decentralized exchanges that run on the Stellar protocol, Stronghold and Stellar Term. So their decentralized exchanges run on the Stellar network. And then 2 days ago, Stellar came out and said that they're in talks of coming out with their own official decentralized exchange. So that's pretty big news. Also, one cool thing I kind of liked about them, you can basically use the Stellar network to exchange currencies, which I think would play into the Forex market. So it's almost like a flexible PayPal. Like you can say deposit your USD, and if you send it to your buddy in Great Britain and he withdraws it into the euro, it's an exchange of currency in 3 to 5 seconds. And so why couldn't you use that for Forex trading? The US dollar to the yen to
you'd skip Forex. You'd skip Forex altogether.
That's what I'm saying. But you're but you're using that in play with the
Forex trading.
Exactly. Yeah. Without Forex. Man,
that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy powerful. Like imagine if you just, I don't know, stayed up late one night and listened to the news and waited for a big crash somewhere across the pond. You just flip and flop that currency quick.
Yeah, added, threw in your USD, stuck it on an anchor is what they call it, which turns your USD into Stellar, and then took it out into the yen or whatever it was when the price was beneficial to you.
Yeah, so that'd be big. I don't know. That'd be big for arbitrage, guys.
I know. Maybe there's something in there that would stop that, but I just feel like that might be.
Well,
I thought that was something interesting.
I don't see why there would be. That'd be just like trading the Forex market. I mean, you're banking on it. You don't know that that's going to happen. You could think the news that comes out is going to drive the yen up, and it actually drives it down, and then you try to pull it out and you lose money. I mean,
yeah, true. I don't know.
Or you do it and you're up, and then you're down the next day. I mean, who knows?
But multi-currency transactions, I think that's a huge deal. Yeah. I'm like I said, man, I'm a big fan of Stellar. I don't think that they have a whole lot of competition out there. You look at Ethereum, they got so much competition. Neo, Cardano, EOS, I mean, there's so I don't. That's all I can think of like right now. But there's a lot. But you look at retail small transaction coins. There's really not that much. I wouldn't even say Ripple is its competition because they're focused more on banks. Now they could do retail transactions, but I don't think that's really where their head's at. And just like Stellar can do banks too, but I think just in the retail sector, as far as day-to-day transactions, what Bitcoin was really trying to do in the first place, I think Stellar, they got a good thing going on, I think.
What I think is that segment was stellar. And now it's time for our 3-on-3 fast break. That's where each week we're going to pick 3 coins from the 300 level market cap, and we're going to make our pitch for that coin. We're going to give you an overview of the coin. We're going to tell you a little bit about the price, the market cap, supply, a little bit about what it does, what it doesn't do, and what potential it has for the future. Who wants to go first?
I do. I'm going to take it from stellar to space. With
Dang.
Space. Yeah, straight up. Look at that transition from the non-host.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Well, just for the record.
To infinity and beyond.
Stars are in space, so that means you're not taking it very far, but we'll go with it.
It sounded good.
I like it. This astronomical.
Yeah, there's a reference there.
And your time starts now.
Now, all that being said, I don't even know that I really like Space Chain that much. It's a pretty interesting concept, but I really don't see the use case other than it's neat. So it's Space Chain, spacechain.com. It's about 2 cents right now. It's actually up 12.25% over the last day and like 10% over the last week. So it's going up when everything else is going down. I couldn't tell you why. It's got a market cap of 12 million, a circulating supply of 514 million, and a total supply of 1 billion. So basically, it's a blockchain to drive space exploration, but they also are building a satellite network to be used through blockchain technology. So they want to bring applications into space, enlarge the space market, and integrate aerospace industry resources to make space serve the Earth better. Yeah.
But
how? I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does that work?
Maybe they don't know yet.
You're halfway.
I'm going to employ space.
And they want to make the space industry more accessible to the everyday person.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Space exploration easier and more sustainable.
I'm down for that.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, maybe they can lock on with what's his name, old Tesla guy, and start sending people to space.
Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. Yeah.
Elon Musk.
I feel like a lot of these ideas are just kind of like, I mean, people are just coming up with stuff. It's like, they just smoked a joint and they're like, hey, bro, let's create a coin where like you can go into space easier and like it's cheaper and then space can work for us, They're like, yeah, man. And now you have a $12 million market cap.
30 seconds.
That's all I got. Y'all got any questions? I mean,
not really.
They're pretty new. I mean,
$12 million is not bad.
No, and it's interesting. I don't know. It's just something I haven't seen before.
Yeah. No, I always like those. Yeah. That's why we do these 3-on-3s, man. I love hearing about these coins that you would never even think.
And the time is up. Alrighty, I guess I'll go. Next, we'll change it up. Time starts now. My coin is Dubai coin. 10 years ago, nobody's ever even heard of Dubai. Now, Dubai and Abu Dhabi are among the richest cities in the world. And guess what? Like any fancy city, they've got their own digital currency. It's trading at $4.11 USD. What is the Dubai currency? It is dirham. I don't know what that is in dirham, but it's down 6.3%. But everything's down right now, so don't live off of that. The website is http://www. Hold on, let me start that over. Just playing. ArabianChain.org is what it is.
Was that a backslash or a forward slash?
I believe that is a backslash. It starts to the left and finishes to the right.
All right.
Market cap of 9 million USD. Circulating supply 2 million DBIX, DBIX, which is the coin name. Total supply is mysterious. Nobody knows. It runs on what is known as Arabian chain technology. When you look at Meet the Team, CEO Mohammed Al-Salhi and that would be Muhammad Ali. This is Muhammad Al-Salhi. And he's definitely an Emirati. So you know it's legit from the UAE. The coin is nothing special. I mean, the special thing is that it's part of Dubai. But really, that's it. I mean, it's a transaction coin. It's got a great team.
I don't understand what the connection to Dubai is. It's just
there's not. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. It's just like it's a stamp copy of another coin that you know very well.
Yeah.
Except for this one is called Arabian Chain, and you can get into it if you're into Arabia. Or if you find that there's some kind of marketing value in being involved with the Arab nations. So Arabian Chain is an accepted company in Dubai's digital Islamic economy. Yeah. So it is neat that it's the only coin that I know of that has a stated religious affiliation, which I think is really neat.
And you are out of time, sir.
Cthulhu offerings.
No, I take that back. There's two.
All right.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Cthulhu.
All right, so I guess I'm up.
The squid god. Okay, you're up.
Let me know when the time starts.
It started 5 seconds ago.
All right. This week I am doing Aid Coin. Not to be confused with AIDS Coin, the coin that gives you AIDS. This one is to
not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
I'm actually a huge fan of what they're trying to do. They're super, super low market cap, $4 million market cap, circulating supply.
4 or 40?
4.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're really low down there. They were like in the $600-700 ranking of market cap. 40 million aid circulating supply, 100 million total supply. Right now you can get them on Upbit, Bittrex, Bitforex, Ethanex, Bancor Network. I don't know, those exchanges sound sketchy except for Bittrex and Upbit. But so what is AidCoin? Well, AidCoin is the primary transaction coin on AidChain. AidChain is a platform that provides just trustless donations to charitable organizations. So I've always had a huge personal problem with this. If you look at what's the breast cancer,
Susan Komen.
Yeah, and a lot of those charitable organizations, they don't actually spend the money for the cause that they're supposedly supporting.
Clinton Foundation.
Oh my God, yeah, that's the big one right there. But there's hundreds and hundreds of charitable organizations where they're just using the money to stuff their bank accounts instead of actually doing what they're saying they're doing. So
Red Cross.
I don't know about that one. Goodwill. Salvation Army, those scam artists. So
Santa Claus.
Aid Chain. Now I know my coin is Aid Coin, but Aid Chain is trying to solve that problem by doing it using cryptocurrencies. You donate through cryptocurrencies, and Aid Coin is their primary cryptocurrency that you use to buy or donate to these charitable organizations. So with that, you can track the actual use of funds from the time the money is donated until you can also track the time it took them to convert it into local fiat currency to see if they were trying to maybe milk some more money out of that by keeping it longer. You can verify the identity of the recipients. You can track the administrative costs of the nonprofit organizations. You can ensure the money is going to the places that they say it's going to. And if it doesn't, you can pull it.
Yeah, my problem with that coin is the same problem that I have with opioid coin. It's that you donate somebody some aid, and then it gets traded on an exchange, and then Bitcoin has a shitty day, and then all of a sudden the $100 that you donated to some cause is worth $75 now, and that makes it tricky.
True. I totally agree.
All right, guys. Hey, look, that wraps things up for the show. This is another episode of the D, 22nd episode in the can. Be sure to tune in next week. We're going to go over many of the different business use cases for cryptos and keep you guys up to date on crypto happenings. Check us out and be sure to send comments at DTalk Podcast on Twitter and Facebook, Decentralized Talk on iTunes and iHeartRadio, Music Coin, and Spotify. Links to the website in the description below. Stay decent, cryptos.